Hello everybody, it's me, TONIK TZW, and there's another guy with a Z, KPZ1234, who has thrown down a gauntlet in a video using the legendary Russian destroyer, the Khabarovsk, and he's called it a Firestarter challenge, which is to get 20 fires in a single match with the Khabarovsk. And I'll try and remember to link to that video down in the description of this video so you can go and watch his attempt. But here we are, it's the legendary Khabarovsk. Can't even remember where it came from, if it was a bureau or a reward or something. But we'll get into the setup of the ship. We are running Aiming Systems Mod 1. And then moving swiftly on to our second slot. We are using Steering Gears Mod 2 to reduce our rudder shift time, make us a little bit more agile. And then in the third slot, we are running reduced detection because that also gives us reduced incoming fire dispersion, which you are truly going to need. And then, if you've got it, I'm using the legendary main battery mod 3. I know that KPZ uses the main guns mod to give them extra range. But running Vladimir Trebetskoy, who gives us a reduction in incoming damage. First slot is Observant Rage, which has given us a reduction in main battery reload. Third slot, we're playing with Look at Me Now, because you're not very stealthy in this thing. This gives us a little bit of concealment, but not a lot. And then playing with Fire, which although it reduces your HE shells damage by 30%, it is going to double your fire chance with this ship. Smoke on the Water to give us a little bit of extra time in a smoke screen if you can get it and if you can use it. And then we're using Unstoppable, and I'm at 15.3 here, so if an enemy ship gets within 6Ks of me, that will kick in. As far as inspiration's going, we're trying to counter that reduction in HE damage by using Azure Lane New Jersey. And then we are going to use Philip Vian. I think it's Philip Vian. Yep, Philip Vian to reduce or to increase the dispersion of shots coming in towards us. I am going to have a tweak with this and see if I can beat my own game. I really think I can do better than this, but it is a 20 fire challenge, and 20 fires is what we are going to play for. We're still going to try and play the team game, but it is the weekend and this is legendary tier. Let's just leave it at that, shall we? So we are starting out here on center, and yeah, I know there's a division out there with a Kleber and a Colbert. They were in the game previous to this running two Colberts. I'm guessing one of them decided to switch to a destroyer because I absolutely clattered one of them and took him off the map and kept his friend spotted so that he could be deleted by a very kind GK that was sat very far back on our side of the map. So I'm guessing they decided to play DD Cruiser in this one. But we're looking around, we're getting things spotted, and I said this although it is a destroyer, it is not a destroyer. It is more like a small mid-range cruiser. So if you were to draw the gun ranges and hit points and statistics of a destroyer and a cruiser, this would sit somewhere in the middle of them. And that is how we are going to play it. And hey, look, those two guys obviously didn't get the update. That means that your ships don't stick together. So we're going to put some fire out there and see if we get on the board with some fires. But Jesus, look, there's that Kleber. You'll have to excuse me because I've just had a big glass of orange juice and I feel a little bit burpy. But there is a Kleber. We're going to try and get some guns on him. He realises that he's going to take some hard fire. This Shima has been battered with that Kleber's main battery reload. But the Shima's smoke running, and I've obviously run my smoke as well to give me some cover from the Colbert. Means that guy goes unsighted, and this is probably the worst part of the game for me. I think this is where it all went horribly wrong, to be honest, because although we have got ships pushing on air cap, there are actually going to be 2 destroyers out here. There's torpedoes coming behind us. This isn't the most agile, and we scraped this guy's paintwork, so I do apologise for that. And even though they're shooting at that battleship, they hit me. Yeah, great, marvellous, eh? So absolutely terrible start to this game. How on earth are we ever going to try and get 20 fires when we are playing like an absolute hobo? But there is the Corvair. Said he's one half of a division, and that ship just disappeared right in front of my eyes, and it's like, oh no, it's going to a bag of spuds very, very, very early on. The Khabarovsk is spotted again. It should be all guns on those 2 because the Daring is out there as well. We hit the Khabarovsk, we get a fire, he damaged cons, and so we switch fire to the Gearing, who is still spotted. I'm thinking, where the hell has that Khabarovsk gone? Then I realise we have lost the Shima. I'm spotted, trying to think about what spotted me. Don't know. I'm panicking a little bit here and trying to get shots on. There we go. It's the Khabarovsk who's just running, gunning, and yeah, this is not a place to be. So we've got A cap. I want to try and push B cap. I'm still spotted, and I realise that I'm still spotted from that GK and the Yamato that are out there. So we're going to try and cause these guys some problem. We get hit, we're on fire ourselves. Perhaps somebody else is trying the 20 fire challenge. So GK becomes the target. We're going to start spamming him. We want to try and take this cap, but this cap is hot, and I sail out of it looking at the Yamato, because these guys are damage conning very, very early, you know, single fire damage cons, and that just means that there's more chance to get fires onto them. Now, as I said earlier, I am running the legendary gun mod, which means that for every 50 gun hits that I get, I'm getting a 2% reduction in reload. And I've been playing the Khabarovsk a bit today. We've had some great victories. We've had some close defeats. We've had some fights to the death. We've been hitting 12, 14 fires per game. I've lost count of the number of witherers that I've picked up. I've picked up a couple of arsonists along the way as well. So if you are in legendary tier today, I'm sorry about burning you to death. But Yamato, let's stay on him. Let's keep the fire going on him. There is a Des Moines there off to the right hand side of the map, and I'm thinking, you know, come on, buddy. And I'm thinking, you know, he's broadside to these guys, and I'm sure that the strong point of the Des Moines is to be bow in, and he could be bowing and backing up and still putting a lot of fire onto those guys. I know a lot of people are running the Des Moines with the legendary reload mod, but that guy's obviously taken a battering because he isn't positioning the right way, and he is now deciding to run away. We can't see a thing, and oh dear, here comes the GK. He's not in torpedo range. That's one of the shortfalls of this guy, is his very, very short torpedo range. But we've got a 16% fire chance on these guns, and I might actually look to see what I can do to perhaps increase the damage, or see if we can increase the fire damage in any way. But I don't think there is. I think this is it maxed out. So we are going to stay on that GK. We're running our smoke screen out again, and then there's a pretty much full health Montana coming round the corner as well, and it's like, oh crap, this is going terribly. We are, what, 6 minutes into the game. We are 5 ships down to 2, and yeah, I think this becomes the point where it's play for what you can, and accept the outcome that this is going to be a defeat. as we lose the Yamato. Now we have lost 2 destroyers. I know we lost the Shima early on. I didn't actually see where the other destroyer got to. I think he came to this cap and then disappeared. And even though that GK was very likely going to burn out probably within the next 15-20 seconds, our GK decides to give it a full salvo just to make sure that it is dead. Thank you very much. It's not about kills, it's about what you can do in the game. So Montana, he's got his guns looking towards that GK. It's down to 3 of us versus 6. The Montana takes a good clattering. I am now going to turn and get some fire on him, knowing that his guns are going to be looking my way very, very shortly. And take a trip to the beach. Didn't actually need any rocks, and I got lucky and then I tucked behind there and dropped detection for a moment. But here we go. We're not going to give up on this guy. There's another cap reset. There's another fire. I'm looking around and thinking, surely this Des Moines must be able to get something onto us as the Colbert burns down our GK. So again, a little tip: if there's divisions in the game, try and focus at least one player of that division down, because divisions communicate, and if you can break that communication, then you break the effectiveness of that team. So Mr. Montana has come out from behind his island. It is 2 players 6. The Des Moines is, he's there somewhere near me. But I can see a destroyer there on B cap. I imagine the Des Moines is running his radar. We pop another fire onto the Montana. It isn't going to be long before this one is over, I am sure. We get another ship spotted just before we get shots onto that guy. Our Des Moines disappears, and it's 1v6 as I tick over 100,000 damage with 14 fires and a single kill to my name. But we also pick up a Witherer, which is 60,000 total fire damage. That fire is still ticking out there, and now I'm looking around and thinking, okay, we're on 14 fires. There are 6 ships left in this game. If this is a 20 fire challenge, I've got about 2/3 of my hit points left, but I'm pretty much friggin' surrounded. And now it truly does become a challenge to get 6 more fires. Montana out there. We know that there is, I think, the Kleber. I think the other one is a Daring. There's a Colbert still. And there's also a Yamato. And the rudder on this isn't the best, but I am going to try and twist and turn to the best of my abilities. Look at what's coming into range. There's a DD there behind me. The Colbert is coming in hard and fast behind him as well. I am getting pushed closer and closer to the edge of the map. We've picked up 2 more fires. We look, there is the Daring. Let's see what we can do with him. We turn our guns onto him. But we are literally giving up broadside to anything and everything that is anywhere near me on this map. But the Daring is going to try and burn me down, so I'm going to do the same. There is the Colbert. Now that thing has been buffed in the upcoming update on Monday, and to be honest, I don't actually think it needs it. But we get a fire onto the Daring, we land some more shots on it, we're up to 18 fires. The Musashi is coming into range. The Montana is still in range. We've got 1,300 hit points left. There is another fire. We get set on fire. Our life is about to expire as we hit 20, and as we die, we pick up a Confederate and click over for not 20, but 21 fires in the legendary Khabarovsk with 284 main gun hits, 142,000 damage, Confederate and Witherer. Sadly, a defeat, but we do finish top of the board for the team at 1727, so by no means a magnificent result, but we managed to achieve what was thrown down with the gauntlet of the 20 fire challenge with KPZ 1234. If you've got the Khabarovsk and you want to accept the challenge, make sure you put your video on YouTube and that you put the link in the comments to this one, and we can see where everyone ends up. I am not done with this challenge yet. Don't forget, smash the like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, take care of yourselves, and until next time, goodbye.